Students who are in the online, am I audible? Good evening to all. Girls, good evening. Sitting like old 1947, like whether we say or not like that. Okay, students, anyhow, it's not your mistake. It's a mistake of our previous teachers. We don't make you to learn the protocols of the class. If you are coming to my class, how you are sitting? Quiet and calm. Earlier you used to sit at quiet and calm. Now chit-chatting. How it will come? Teacher. Right? And one student morning came 9 o'clock. Sir, what is multiplication? Multiplication also don't know. I asked what is your qualification? BTech CSE. CSE don't know multiplication. Actually, I use the word product. Product of numbers means multiplication only. You don't know that. I asked really don't know. No, sir, I did not hear that word. I asked from which place? Telugu or Hindi? I asked Telugu. I expected already. So these are all danger people. So you want to learn Python. These are different batch students will be assembled one place and becoming problem. And almost it teaches to 580 students, almost 285 people in the offline, and almost to 300 online. Product also don't know and want to become Pythonist. Possible? But he has to sit in the ground, not in the chair. He has to sit on the ground like our LKG, like my first class. Where we sat? On the ground only we sat. Where you sat? In the chairs, tables, etc. That's why. Product also don't know. Anyhow, students, will start the discussion. If I go for that never-ending story. So I hope in the last session we started with what? Inheritance. Already we know what is inheritance meaning. What is the use of inheritance? To build reusable applications. What is the definition of inheritance? Process of obtaining the data members and methods from one class into another class. The class which is giving data members and methods is called base class or super class. The class which is taking data members and methods is called class or data class. Inheritance plus which memory management, virtual memory management or logical memory management, that we already discussed it. Right. Last part of the class, we already started with inheritance and some examples also done. College example 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Non-inheritance example, student college, university. Many examples are done. Now to the inheritance, today I am adding what? Polymorphism. Shall we? Okay. So let us start discussing about very important concept. Polymorphism I am going to discuss. So who are the BTech CSE students here? BTech CSE students here. Okay, you are CSE. Stand up. What is the definition of polymorphism? Huh? Don't know. CSE. Don't know. Which college? University. Okay. Directly from university. Which college? Okay. They did not explain polymorphism. Or you did not listen. You did not listen. Okay. They explained. Okay. Sit down. Who is BTech CSE? Girls. Polymorphism. Sit down and say, no problem. Whatever you know, you tell me. Several forms. What is the form? So, good. At least several forms. But majority of the students will say several forms. What is the form? You will lose your form. It's natural. Right. Anyhow, no problem. Because I am here to sort it all the problems. Polymorphism in Python I am going to discuss. Polymorphism in Python. Who is electronics? Is E? Who is EC here? Nobody. Okay. Last and final. Who is triple E? Nobody. Okay. Who is mechanical? Last part. Actually, I want to ask mechanical only, but I asked other thing. Who is mechanical here? Nobody. Okay, only one student. Okay, 3 students are sincere in my class. Others fear a lot. I know who are mechanical. And last, who are BSc computer science? You have polymorphism also. You have polymorphism also. What is polymorphism? Your sir said? No, not said anything. Or we did not go to the college. Second option. Okay. No students. Nothing to worry about it. Now I want to start with polymorphism. Don't take much serious because I want to tell you before I am explaining. I want to tell you. So, okay, ma, Sureka. So, BTech CS. Honestly, I did not remember actual definition. Okay. Same situation in everywhere. Once you don't, like that, so many friends are there. So many friends are there. Okay. Not an issue. And along with that, I am also discussing one more interrelated topic I am discussing. Method overriding in polymorphism. Method overriding. Method overriding. Method overriding. Constructor overriding. Constructor overriding in Python. This is what is our topic we are going to start with. Carefully listen. How easily I will make you to understand the polymorphism use. Very easily. Okay? Take care. So don't worry. After the class, whether you are BSc or whatever it is, to answer everybody. Okay? Na? Start. In olden days, that is before OOPS features came into the picture. Before OOPS features came into the picture, I want a calculator. I want a calculator. I want a calculator. What I will do, students? I'll buy calculator component or buy what? Calculator. It takes how much space? It takes how much space? For example, 10 bytes. It takes some bytes or not? To place the calculator, it takes some space. I'm just writing in memory format. Next up, some space it is taking, some space. It takes some X space. Now, I want one torchlight. I want one torchlight. In olden days, I want one torchlight. What you will do? You are going alone. No electricity is available. Torchlight is there or not? Yes. What is that? Buy. What is this? Torchlight. So, buy torch. It takes what space? Some Y space it is taking. Some Y space it is taking. Next up, I want one landline mobile. Landline I want to speak to the relatives and everything. Buy what? Landline phone. Landline phone. You buy it. It takes what space? Z space it is taking. I want one watch. I want watch. That is wristwatch I want. What you will do? Buy watch. Buy watch. It takes what memory space? K memory space. K memory space it is taking. Like that, in olden days, for every component, it takes separate components, you are buying it. What is the total memory space of that? X plus Y plus Z plus K memory space is taking. X plus Y plus Z plus K memory space is taking. Following me? It takes this much of memory space, students. Is it Advantage or drawback? In olden days, it is okay. It was running. Later days, at present days, instead of buying those many, I'll buy simply one mobile. I will buy it. I'll simply buy one mobile. Buy one mobile. Buy one mobile. Because of that, what you can see inside of it? Calculator. You can see torch. You can take like land phone, and you can what now? Watch also will be available. What did you buy? What did you understand from this? One component is behaving like what? Another component. Which one is easy to carry? If I want to carry these many, you need a big bag. Inside the bag, you need to keep all these things. If I want to carry my mobile, it takes what? Space is less. So what is your mobile? What did you understand this? Mobile is one or many? It is one. It acts like a calculator. It acts like a torchlight. It acts like a landline. It acts like a watch. Mobile is one or many, but it acts like many components. That's why this is looking like the fragments of what? Polymorphism. What is the definition of polymorphism, students? The process of representing form. The process of representing one form into where multiple forms is called what? Polymorphism. What is the advantage of polymorphism? Always takes what? Less memory space. Always takes less memory space. That is the main objective of introducing polymorphism. Internally, polymorphism uses inheritance itself. Very slowly, I will come to the difference between polymorphism and inheritance also. Come on. Mobile is one or many? One. One is represented in how many forms? That is actually called one principle. Take one more example. One more example, students. Printing in which color? Quickly. Red. Printing in which color? Blue. Printing in which color? Pink. Printing in which color next? Yellow. Printing in which color? Come on. Next, like that. Wait, something is happened. Something happened. How many colors? 5 colors. Actually, I am having one pen or many pens. Actually, 2 ways. Separate buy. You can buy the pen. It will take total packet itself full of pens. Even your packet also may tear it off because of big space. But one pen will contain many number of refills. So in school days, you might be used to that. So it is nothing but what is that? One pen is working like many inks. It is nothing but what? One form in multiple forms is called polymorphism. Because of that, what is an advantage is coming? Less memory space is the main objective here. Following? Inheritance also less memory space only. Compared to what? Non-inheritance, inheritance is less. But compared to inheritance, polymorphism is still less memory space is taking. Getting my point? One more example, you take it. Suppose you take it. Suppose you are the one. Suppose you take your example. Suppose you are here. Your name is called X. Sitting in my class. Who are you? You are a student. Same person X going to home. Same person going to home is called what? Child. Same person is going to movie. He is called audience. He is an audience. Same person is going to stadium. He is called what? Player. Same person is going to shop. He is called customer. How many people are you are? One only. But you are having different behaviors or not? One person having different type of behaviors. It is known as which concept? What is the definition of polymorphism? The process of representing one form in multiple forms. I will explain what is one form, what are multiple forms, what is a form. I will explain one by one. Slowly I will go for it. Come on, one more example, last and final technical example. CX_Oracle. What is that? Third party module, right? Under that, what is the function for connecting with the database? Connect. connect of MySQL dot connector also. What is the function for connecting to MySQL connector? But how many connect functions? But it is connected to how many? Multiple databases. One function connecting to multiple databases, which is known as what? Polymorphism. Cursor also you take it. Execute also you take it. These are all called what? Polymorphism is internally following. What is an advantage of polymorphism? Taking less memory space. Okay, na? Shall I go for showing an example? Right, students. See, students, when you want to use polymorphism, I will write just a principle, I will write it. I'll write it. The process of representing one form in how many forms? Multiple forms is called what? Is called polymorphism. Is called polymorphism. The process of representing one form in multiple forms is called polymorphism. Good. Polymorphism is not a principle of Python. Polymorphism is not a principle of Java. Polymorphism is not a principle of any object-oriented programming. It is one of the best principle. I will write it. Polymorphism is one of the best principle whose purpose is to give or give always what memory space? Less memory space. That's why when you are developing any OOPS level application, straightforward you are coming to polymorphism. Polymorphism, how you can implement it? Sir, how can I bring it? Polymorphism is one of the best principle whose purpose is to take always what? Less memory space. But in Python, we have many OOPLs, object-oriented programming languages are there, which are the C++, Java, and next is Python, next is C#.NET, like that many more are there. They are all object-oriented programming languages. The principle called polymorphism, here I am writing, the principal polymorphism in OOPS, object-oriented programming languages, the principal polymorphism in OOPLs implemented. What do you mean by implemented? Bring into action by using a concept, a programming concept called method overriding, especially in all the languages. When you come to Python, it is extra coming into picture called what? Constructor overriding. Also I can use it. In C++, Java, Python, C#.NET, polymorphism is implemented by using which concept? Method overriding. Method overriding is one of the programming feature present into all these languages. What is method overriding? What is polymorphism? I am going to use it. Simple what? Polymorphism is implemented. Polymorphism implemented by using which concept? Method overriding. Method overriding, if I don't use it, there is no question of using polymorphism. Polymorphism means you have to use what concept? Method overriding. So what is method overriding? That's why I am discussing two topics here. One is the polymorphism, one more is method overriding. Both of them are interrelated. And these are all using what? Inheritance I am using. Let me write one small example, students, so that you can understand easily. New, others, go to the Python. Slowly. First I am going for which concept? Which concept I will use it? One example I already told you. Already shown in the class. I'll just open it, students. Go to the place in 6 p.m. in OOPS. I'll explain to you inheritance. In that non-inheritance example I told you. Non-inheritance example. Did you remember? This is called non-inheritance. One example I explained to you, inheritance example one I explained. Inheritance example I explained. Followed? This is inheritance example. Today I am talking about both of them are comes under what? Non-polymorphism. Both of them are non-polymorphism. First one is non-polymorphism. Second one is also non-polymorphism. Let me take it. Let me take it because you have to follow me. Non-polymorphism example one. Non-polymorphism example one. Python here. Take it. Here instead of non-inheritance, non-polymorphism also I will write it. I will save this code. I'll save this code. Go to oops. Now I'm taking today polymorphism. Polymorphism. Now I'm taking there some it. Inheritance sample. Next I'm going to take up this is also non-polymorphism example 2. Go to the place. I'm writing here just to follow me. Non-polymorphism. Non-polymorphism example 2. 1 minute, students. Non-polymorphism. Non-polymorphism. Let it be inheritance. Non-polymorphism inheritance example 2.py. Let us save this also. What is the difference you follow? What is the difference you are following? You just tell me more than enough so that I can move forward. First example, let me close my previous examples. Into the point of non-polymorphism example, I'm going to take it. Right? Let me go for this. Now I'm going to take it. Non-polymorphism example 1, you observe it. Class C1, display 1. Class C2, display 2. Two object headings C1 and C2. O1 dot display 1, O2 dot display 2. Both of them are created here. Both of them are created here. How much memory space is taken? Come on. 4. O1 object memory space, O2 object memory space, display 1 memory space, display 2 memory space. Sir, how can you say display 2? Display 1 and display 2 are called objects only. Of which type? Function type. Every function name is also object. Object only, no? Right. Which type it is? Object type. Done. O1, O2, display. 4 objects are created. We created what objects? 4 objects. Okay. And we got the answer also. Let me go to the command prompt now. D colon. I say here Python 6 p.m. See, oops here. Say here now I will write polymorphism now. See students, carefully try to follow. There I am writing py. Here you see answer is coming. There is no issue at all. There is no issue. We got the answer. Now, next you go for one more thing, students. Observe this one. Non-polymorphism but inheritance example I am using it. C1 to C2, display 1 and display 2. What? How many objects we are creating? Right. We are creating how many objects? 3 objects we are creating it. 3 objects we are creating. 3 objects creating means what? How much memory space? 3 objects memory space. Earlier, how many objects memory space? 4. Which one is better? 3 is better. 3 is better. This is a better program compared to the previous. So, let us go to run this code, students. This is also you run it. Now, come to the point back. Here I am writing 2.py. I hope where it was saved it. 1 minute, students. Non-polymorphism example 2.py. 1 minute. Py. So I say, okay. So run it once again. This is an answer. This is an answer. 1 minute. This is an answer. Example 2.py. Non-polymorphism example 2.py. This is an answer. Both the case answer is same. But in performance wise, which one is the better? Second one is the better. How many objects we created? 3. Huh? Suppose I'll go to one more students. Class C3. Class C3 of what? C2. What is I am taking DEF? Display 3. Display 3. Of what? Cell phone. I am writing here once again C3 display 3. C3 display 3. What is happening now? O2 dot what now? Display 3. Display 3. Are you following me? Yes, save this code. Execute now. What is happening? C2. C3, yeah, correct. C3 I will create. Let it be bottommost class object I created. Execute now. I got the 3 objects memory space or not? I got 3 objects memory space. Are you able to follow me? Right. Final conclusion is very, very simple. What did you understand? C1 to C2 and C2 to what? C3. C1 to C2, C2 to C3. C1 to C2, C1 to C2, C2 to C3. What did you understand about this? Multi-level. How many objects? One object only. But how many functions I am calling? How many objects I created? 4. If I increase my number of classes in inheritance, objects also increasing or not? That indicates here also there is a chance of increasing 4 objects, 5 objects, 6 objects like that. Ante compared to previous program, here if I write class C3, it is increasing what? 2 more objects it will increase. How many objects here it will become? 6. How many? How many? 4. And there 2 is 2 increasing. Here 1 is increasing. Are you understanding? Right. Next, now I am coming to polymorphism. Shall I? Please careful. Now, first time you are seeing the polymorphism. Here I am going to say, see students, demonstrating polymorphism. Nothing is difficult, students. Polymorphism. Right. Polymorphism example 1.py. Polymorphism example 1.py. Polymorphism example 1.py. Class C1 display. Display. C1 display. Done. I am writing one more type of class. What is next term? Class C2. What I am doing in C2? What I am taking? C1 I am taking. What is coming from there? What is coming? C1, C2 of C1 means what is coming? Display 1, display function as it is inherited into where? C2. How can you prove that, sir? Can you prove it once in program? Create object what? O2 is equal to what? C2 of O2 dot display. With respect to which class you are creating? With respect to which class? C2 class. C2 is equal to O2 is equal to C2 of O2 dot display. Right? Save this example. Still I did not apply polymorphism. Slowly I am coming to the picture. Execute to I set example. C1 with respect to C2 class C1 display. That means automatically whatever you have defined, same thing come to which class? C2 class. What it indicates? When any end user is seeing with respect to C2 class, what is coming? C1 display is coming. That means as it is, whoever is defined, inheriting as it is into which class? C2 class. That indicates I don't want this body. I want a new body. I want a new body. New body means what I am doing. C2 class is doing. Change body for the same method. We know that that is virtually inheriting. What I am doing is take the heading is same. Take the heading is same. This is called a method heading. You know already this is heading. This is called what? Body. DEF display of self. What should I do now? Inside of that, you do what? Print of what I am doing? C2 display. What did you understand between these two? This is the method which is known as which method here? Original method. Which method? This is the method. Heading is same, body is completely different. This method is called what method? Overridden method. Which method it is? How can you say that it is a overridden method? Same method is inherited into which class? What C2 class programmer is doing? I will take your heading, but I changed the body. It is known as what? Overriding. Which method overriding we can call? Come on now. C2 O2 is equal to O2 dot display. Say now, how many objects we created? How many objects created? 2 objects. Easy. We created 2 objects. 2 objects. Say O2 dot display. What happens? Display method called with respect to O2. O2 is an object of C2. Go to where? C2. Looking for what? Display. C2 display. This is an answer is coming. Overridden method answer is coming. You try to execute, students. Try to execute the answer now. C2 display. Which display is not coming? C2 object, O2 display. Okay, 2 result is coming. I want the earlier result also. Previous C1 related result also I want to get it. How do you get it? How do you get it? I want to call this method body. Earlier, how we used to call? How we used to call earlier? O1 is equal to C1 and O1 dot display. That is going to what? Normal programming. But today, how do you call that answer also? For that, you need to write today one special statement writing. Super of, it is function. Dot what function? Display. What is the meaning of super of? Who is the superclass for C2? C1. C1 is a superclass for whom? C2. That superclass for C2 is C1. C1 related display function I want to execute. Super of dot what? Display. Superclass of C2 is called C1. It will go to this superclass display method. Execute now. What the answer is coming? C2 dot display, C1 dot display. Here you tell me how many objects I created, how many answers I got it. 2 answers I got it. Let us take care. One more kind of thing. One more kind of thing. C3 I am saying. C3 I am saying. What is this now? C2 I am saying. Display, overriding. C3 display, overridden method. Which class object I will take? C3. O3 is equal to what? C3. Say what here? O3 dot. How many objects created? 2 objects only. But my program is increasing. O3 dot display. Where it is going? C3 class display. C. Execute. C3 display. From C3 display, I want to call what? C2 display. How do you call it? Super off. Super off. Dot what? Display. It will go to the superclass of C3. What is that? C2. Execute. C3 display. C2 display. Next from there I will call once again what? Super off. Super off. Dot what again? Display. Now tell me, am I getting 3 answers or not? What did you understand? How many objects? You may ask a question, sir, why it is not taking methods memory space? Earlier you see display 1 memory space, display 2 memory space, display 3 memory space, separate memory space. But here what is happening? I'll tell you the flow. When this is executed, memory space is created for what? Display. My PVM is in the context of which class? C3. Yes, it is created, output is coming. When you call super dot display, it will go to this place, same type of function, same memory space only. Previous result replaced with what? C2 display. Same memory space. When you say super dot display, it will go to that. It utilizes the same memory space whose result is replaced with what? Previous result. And in one single method, I am getting 3 answers. Which one is the best advantage? Polymorph. You see now, come to the, I hope you are following me. What did you understand? How many display methods I am having? How many display methods I am having? 1. But it is doing how many operations? C1 operation, C2 operation, C3 operation, C4, C5, C6, any number of things. But I'll always create what? 2 objects. Hence it indicates what? Which is the better? Now tell me the example. C1 is a class. C1 is a class having the method called X. C2 is a class having the method called Y. C3 is a class having the method called Z. C4 is a method having the method called K. K of. This is the methods I am having. And there I am taking one more way. Understand, students, carefully. C1 is a class, C2 is a class, and C3 is a class, C3 is a class, and C4 is a class. C4 is a class. X method, here X method, here X method, here X method. What did you understand with this X method, X method, X method? This is called which example? Polymorphism. This is which example? Inheritance. How do you know inheritance? X coming to Y, Y and X coming to Z, and Z coming to what? Okay. This is taking more memory space. But this is taking what? Very less memory space. Ultimately, we'll go for what? One more point. This is known as which kind of concept here? Method overriding. To use the method overriding, you apply compulsory what? Inheritance. Polymorphism uses method overriding. Method overriding uses inheritance. You cannot override the method in the same class. For one example, I want to tell you. One example I want to tell you, students. Follow me. Example 1 you see. And it is not related to this kind of thing. I'll paste it. I'm not writing under polymorphism, just a sample.py. C1 display. Coming to main program. Coming to main program. What I am doing now? O1 is equal to what? C1 of. O1 dot what next? Display. O1 dot display. Now I am writing sample.py. Sample.py. Now done. Coming to the place, execute py sample.display. Got it. Now I want to override. How I am overriding? DEF display in the same place I am writing. Already you know, I hope so this one. Print of what? C1. Print of what? C1. Display. C1 display. Display 1. In which place? Same class I am trying to write the same method name again. This is called what I am writing, you know, overridden. Just feeling like that. This is called what I am writing, you know, original. Original I am writing. Tell me, because of this, what is happening? Just tell me like this. What is happening? Which one will be the answer now? Line number 3 or line number 5 or 5? Because it will consider the latest one. Already we learned in the functions only. So it will give you the latest one. What is this? Over. Now my question is, how do you call this one? How do you call it? Super I cannot apply. This is only one class now. How do you write it? How do you write it? Suppose if you write what? Self dot which one is coming? Same thing will come again and again. Same thing will come again and again. Are you following? Now I want to call this one. How do you call it? Change order. Change order. Take the latest one. Take this as the latest one. You do. Latest one will come. Original. Now I want to call overridden. How do you call it? Not possible. It is not possible to overriding is not possible in where? Same class. If you want to override compulsory, what is required? Another class is required. Then it is possible to do it. Let it be, this is called class C1. That is what is my example. This is my class C1. Inherit from C1 into C2, override. Inherit from C2 to C3 is called what? Again override. Are you following me? What is my conclusion? C1 to C2, online students. C2 to C3. What is my function? Display off, display off, display off. How display off is calling this display? Super off dot display. How this is calling here? Super off dot display. My question is, sir, can I call this C3 to C1? Getting a display method of which class? C3 class. Want to call what? Display method of what? C1. Can I call it? Yes, you can call. That time you can use super. Super is not useful. That time I have to write whichever class you want to call from which place. C1 dot which function? Display of what you need to write self. In the encapsulation also, I just introduced that. Class name dot method name. Class name dot method name is generally called what? Class level method. But you are supposed to pass self, indicating that it is what? Instance method. In C1 class, which method? Instance method. That I want to show you. Copy the same example. Polymorphism only. Come to the point back. Here I will write it. How I am writing? Remove the super off. Remove the super off. Now write it what now, ma'am? C2 dot C1 dot. Come on. Display of what? Self. Next what? C2 dot display of what? Self. Both of them I am calling with respect to class name. 2.py. 2.py. See that now? 2.py. Execute it. Py. The answer now. Am I getting or not? But when to use only this one, when it is not possible to use off, any differences, I want to show you. First, you okay with this? So, polymorphism uses method overriding. Method overriding uses inheritance. Don't forget this. Inheritance uses what? Classes and objects. So, if I use polymorphism, all OOPS features are coming or not? Yes. Coming to the point back. Look at the diagram once. This example. What is meant by method overriding now? What is method overriding? Heading is same. What is different? Body is different. Method overriding is equal to method heading is same. Method heading is same. Method body is different. Method heading is same. What is different? Method body is different. That is known as what? Method overriding. When I use method overriding, see the application memory space totally changed. And you apply that. What did you understand? How many display functions are there with me? One only. But giving how many answers? 3 answers. It is known as what concept? Polymorphism. One in many forms. Okay, na? Moreover, if take care, how do you call the original method from overridden method? Super off. Super off one approach. Class means another approach. And these are the concepts I am covering it. Shall I move forward? Right. What is the next definition of method overriding? One definition anyhow you understood. Head is same, body different. This method, 4th line you see, I redefined in which class? C2. Again I was redefined in which class? So that is also called what? Redefining the original method of base class in various derived classes is also called what? Method overriding. So method overriding principle we are using to implement what? Polymorphism. Method overriding uses which principle? Inheritance principle. Getting up? Now, what is the definition of polymorphism? Once again, one form in many forms. One form in multiple forms or many forms. Anything is okay. Sir, what do you mean by one form? Very, very simple. One form is nothing but which method? Original method. Multiple forms are nothing but overridden methods. One form is nothing but which method? Original method. Overridden methods are nothing but what? Multiple forms. Getting or not? Good. Sir, what do you mean by form? What do you mean by form? You have to answer. A form is nothing but state of existence of a method. Existence of a method. If a method is existing in base class, it is called original method. If the method is existing in which classes? Derived classes, it is called method. Overridden methods. If a method is existing in base class, it is called which method? Original method. If the same method existing in derived classes is known as which method? Overridden method. That is called what? Form here. When you are there in the class, you are a student form. When you go to home, child form. When you go to some shop, custom form. Same existence of a method is known as what? Form. I hope you are understanding. Let me show you a small documentation for you students. One small documentation I will show you. So I will go to the polymorphism here. Polymorphism concept I will bring it. So I will open it. Polymorphism in Python I want to show you students. Try to follow. Read out this example once. Polymorphism. Polymorphism is one of the distinct feature of OOPS. The purpose of polymorphism is that efficient utilization of memory space or less memory space is achieved. Less memory space is achieved. Are you getting? Inheritance less memory space, polymorphism is less memory space. Polymorphism. So inheritance you would like to prefer or polymorphism? Definition of polymorphism. The process of representing one form in multiple forms is called polymorphism. The polymorphism principle implemented, that is bring into action by using method overriding feature of all object-oriented programming languages. In the definition of polymorphism, one form represents original method and multiple forms represents overridden methods. A form is nothing but existence of a method. If a method is existing in base class, then it is called the original method. That is one form. And if the method existing in derived classes, then it is called overridden methods that are called multiple forms. Are you getting? So is the definition is clear? Advantage of polymorphism is clear. Method overriding I also want to show you because it is also combined part of it. Come on, read out that also. Method overriding is equal to method heading is same plus method body different, or the process of redefining the original method of base class into various derived classes or performing different operations is called method overriding. Redefining, I said, redefining the original method of base class into various derived classes for performing different operations is called method overriding. To use method overriding in Python program, we must apply inheritance principle. Method overriding used for implementing polymorphism principle. Polymorphism uses method overriding. Method overriding uses inheritance. Inheritance internally uses classes and objects. It is there. Online students, I hope concept is clear. Now I am going to introduce some examples also. Shall we go for now? Let me introduce one more example here regarding this polymorphism. Through method I explained. Through constructor also let me show you. Constructor also I am going to show you. Let me go to the same example. Watch it carefully. Go to this place. I am going to write it. Understand. Here I am writing display you remove. Display you remove. Here I am writing underscore init underscore of C1. Which constructor it is? Which constructor? Default constructor. This is called a original constructor. Original constructor. Next, remove this. What you will do? Pass. One day in our class, we discussed constructors. Under the constructors, I'll open it. Constructors in Python. Properties of Python I said. Fourth point you see, constructors can participate in which process? And constructors can be overridden. In where? In Python. Java is different. This is different. Go to that example, and try to see. Pause, I said. Create what here? Which object I am creating? O2 is equal to C2 of. C2 of. What is this line is called? Object creation. What is this line is called? C2. Object creation. Are you following me? Tell me now. O2 thing is there. Object creation calls what? Calls what? Constructor. Which constructor? Default. It will go to which class? C2. Looking for what? Constructor. Do you have constructor? Yes. It is inherited virtually from where? C1 to C2. Just now I said that in Python, constructor inherited. Still, if you say no, means you are not there in the class. Inherited or not? See the answer with respect to C2. This is the same constructor is coming into C2. That is an answer is going to come. Polymorphism example 3.py. You have to be careful enough, students. So don't go to your own direction. Polymorphism here. Try to save it. Go to the location of it. 6 p.m. Under that, oops, save it. Polymorphism 3.py. Coming out of that, execute py. See, got it. With respect to C2, C1 default constructor is coming. Hence, it indicates what is inherited. Constructor is inherited. Understood? Now I am going to do what? Overriding. What is that? Same. Take the same heading df underscore init of self. You do what? Print of C2. Which constructor? Default constructor. C2 default constructor you say. O2 is equal to C2 of object creation calls constructor. So it goes to C2. Looking for this. Which constructor it is? Overridden constructor. This is called what constructor, you know? Overridden constructor. Overridden constructor it is. So C2 off. It will execute. See this now. Execute this now, students. See the answer now. Default constructor is overridden constructor. Getting? Take one more thing. One more thing you take it. C3 you take it. C3 you take it. C2 you say. C3 you say. Again overridden constructor. Create an object of what? With respect to C3. With respect to C3. O3 is equal to what here? C3 of. Also which constructor? Overridden constructor. Execute it. Execute it. See the answer now. C3 default constructor. From this default constructor, I want to call this default constructor. How do you call it? Super of. Come on, over. Init underscore of. Underscore init underscore of. It will call that above one. Execute it. See that? C3 default constructor calling C2 default constructor. Overridden. And already you understand. Constructors can be overridden in Python. Constructor can be inherited. If it is inherited, then only I can override. There you write it again. There you write again what I am writing. Super dot init of. You execute again. C3 default constructor call. C2 default constructor calling what? C1. So I am applying what? Super of I am applying. Getting? Online students. Go to the another way. Go to the another way. You can call the other way around. How you can call it? Other than that, come on. C2 dot of what I will write? Self I can write it. This I will remove it. I will write it once again here. C1 dot what? Underscore init underscore of self. You execute it. Polymorphism example 4.py. 4.py. Go to this place, and in this case, you go saving it CPM, and I say oops here under polymorphism, you execute it. .py. You try to execute students py. That same answer is coming or not? How many ways are there to call it? 2 ways. One is by using super of, more by using class name with bypassing cell. Got it up? Now, I want to go for one more example. This is skeleton example. This indicates one override methods as well as constructor. Overloading is not there in Python because some people are saying overloading. What is overloading? In Java, overloading is there. What is meant by overloading? Method name is same. Signature is different. Signature is what? 2 parameters, 3 parameters, 4 parameters, 5 parameters are differentiating. But what is same? Method name is same. But here total heading is same. Here such type of things are not possible, which I already told you in the class. Go to your 6. Under functions I said variable. Still I am remembering the example also. Variable argument example 1. I'll open it. I wrote this program will not execute. Also I was written those days. See that? This program will not execute. Taking 4 arguments, 3 arguments, 2 arguments, 1 argument. This is called overloading in which language? Java allowed, C++ allowed, C#.NET allowed. In Python, it is not allowed. This program will not execute. How I was executed this program? I made it executed. Define it and call it. Define it and call it. Why this was taken a decision? Because it is an interpreted programming language. If it is a compiler-based programming language, overloading supports. Because some other people are misguiding the students. Overloading also they are explaining. And they are telling that this is only overloading they are saying. Because they are saying this program will execute. I also said that it is done. But how I am doing it? Defining, calling, defining, calling. They are saying that it is overloaded. If they say like that, we can't do anything else. Are you following? And how it was overcome that entire process? I was executed. Pure variable arguments example I said. Pure variable argument example 1 I said. The dot star approach I said. Star param I approached it. Is it not reducing the code like anything or not? This is called what? Variable length arguments. So method overloading is not that much powerful. This is the most powerful. I hope you got it. So if anybody says method overloading, Java related kind of method overloading is called actual method overloading. This type of overloading is not a method overloading. Method overloading is there. Overloading is not there. I hope you got it. Now, students in online, yesterday, day before yesterday, some students said overloading, sir, it is something available or not. I hope I gave a clarity for you and I hope you convinced with it. Now I'm going to say one more example with the calculation part. I will take it. Careful and take care. Now I'm going to take class. I'm taking circle. Class circle. Class circle. There I am taking DE of area. Of self I am taking. There I am taking self dot R is equal to load input of enter. What is this? Radius. Enter radius. I am taking. Self dot AC is equal to 3.14 into self dot R into R star 2. Print of what I am writing? Area of circle. Area of circle is equal to dot format of self dot AC. Self dot AC. This is called what method? Original method. Original method. Okay, well, that's nice. How you can test it? Main program you can write it. C is equal to circle of C dot what you can say? Area. Only one class, no problem. And I'm going to put a polymorphism example 6.py. Polymorphism example 5.py. 5.py. Save this code. And at no polymorphism is available. No polymorphism mechanism because only one class. Py and say some 3. Answer is coming. Natural, quite natural. It is very easy. Now the polymorphism started. What is the next term? Class square of what I am doing. Suppose if I write a square, again separate area if I write it, unnecessarily I have to create more number of objects or not. Now I will go for what here? to reduce my memory space, to write this code, I can write with functional programming. I can write with separate classes and object. I can write with inheritance. I can write with polymorphism. Which is the best? Polymorphism is the best. There I am taking circle off. What should I do now, guys? DEF. Tell me, ma. Suppose if I write it, pass I say. What is happening? Tell me. S is equal to what? Square of. S dot what I am saying? Area of. What happens? Tell me. Which area will come? Circle area will come. But which object I created? It is nothing but end user point of view. I am creating circle, square. I am getting circle. It is some wrong they feel or not. According to my program, that is the result. Radius 4. But I created what? Square. But now I will do what? To overcome that, I'll override. Come on, override. DEF. Same area. Same function I am taking. Area. Why I am taking same function? It will take less memory space. Area 1, area 2, area 3 I will take. But I don't want. Come on, what is this? Self. I don't want to be different objects. Same will do multiple things. I will copy this. I'll change my body. S is equal to what? Enter what? Side. Enter side. What is this now? Square area. SA is equal to what is this now? Self dot S star 2. Area of what? Square is equal to area of square is equal to what I am writing? SA. I hope you are following. Overridden method this is. This is called overridden method. Overridden method. Execute. See that answer now. Enter the site 4. Got it. To call my original method, what should I do? Print off. I must say super off. I must say super off. Dot what? Area of. Area of. See that 5 I got it. 1.2 I got it. I got the answer also. So we only with the 2 objects. Again I will continue. What is the? See, I will say it as what? Rectangle. Area only. Overridden only. What I will take? Yellow. Enter what now? Length. Enter length. Next what I will do? Enter breadth. Enter breadth. I'll take L dot B. What is this now? SA. S dot self dot L into what? Self dot B. SA. Area of what now? Rectangle is equal to what? Self dot what? RA. RA. This is called RA. No? Area of what? Rectangle. Create an object of what? Rectangle class. Rectangle class you create. Rectangle class you create. R dot what now? Area. R dot area. Super dot area for 1 minute keep a comment. Super dot area also comment. Execute. See this now. 5 and 6 got the answer. Remove the super area here. Remove the super dot area. You see the say 5 and 6. Radius is called 2. Circle getting. Are you following? And one more thing I say, I hope that super dot area. What is happening? Circle is there, but I need to write what? Square I need to. That is the point. So 5 and then 9. Side is called 3. Answer is like that. If you remove the super here again, it is calling it's a super class. I hope now it is clear. So 7 and 9, 3 and 1.6 got the answer. What did you understand with this? Same method takes memory space once, and with the 2 objects, I can create hundreds of class methods I can call. If my program increases any number of things, I can write only 2 objects. That the 2 objects is calling what? That 2 objects are calling any number of objects now. I hope that I'm going to say self dot. This body is different. This body different. This body different. Method name is same. What is different? Bodies are different. Is it not called one in many forms? One area method is available in circle area, is available in square area, rectangle area. That will take less memory space. That is one in many forms is resembling here. Now, this concept, let me show you in other format, students. Careful. Now, special point I am going to tell you. Online students, did you understand up to here? Take it now. Circle class remove. 6.py. Class circle different and square also different. Square also different. Be careful. Super area, no. Class circle different. Class square different. Now rectangle. Here I am writing circle comma. Circle comma what? Square. This I am removing again. I am just saying pause. Are you following? What inheritance it is? Right imposition. Multiple inheritance it is. Earlier one is called multi-level. This is called a multi-level. Circle to square, so square to rectangle. But here what is happening? Circle, square, both of them are coming to where? Rectangle. It's the multiple. Understand? Right. So I said pause. Created rectangle object R dot area. Which area will come? In both the places, area method is coming. Area method is coming. If it is area 1 and 10, area, if I call it as area 1, one will come. Come on. Circle will come, right or not? Execute. 6.py. See, 1.2. Got it. If I call it as what? Area 2, what is coming? Say side. It is coming like this. If it is a different method, means how much memory space? 2 times memory space is taking. I don't want 2 times memory space. 1 time only. Now tell me area. Which area method will call? Circle or square? Both are. Both are. Okay. So the answer is, it is going to give you first in whatever is there, it gives the preference for it. First, whatever you are writing, that will be giving the preference. See the answer now. Here, see the answer. Circle related thing will come. 3.4. Answer is 3.4. Change the order once. Very, very important. Circle you write it. Which one is giving the preference? Side. See the answer now. Side is coming. Getting? Okay. Sir, now you do one thing. I am overriding now. Override. Rectangle I am overriding now. Go to the place. Now override, sir. Now I overridden. It is comes under which method now? Which method now? Overridden method. This is the overridden method. Where is my function there? D of what is this now? Area of what? Self. What I am writing? Overridden method. I wrote like this. Main program here. R rect of R dot area. Which area will come? Which area will come? Overridden method will come. This is the physical method is available or not? What students? Going out of order or what? Rectangle area will come. 5 and 5. Now I want to call the superclass area method. How do you call it? Super of dot what? Area. When I say super dot area, which super area? Already super is having 2 supers are there. Which area? Square. Observe it. 4, 5. Side is 7, 49. If I change my order, square I will write in the last. I'll write like this. Square I am writing in the last. See that it is going to give you circle. Say here 8 and 7 and radius 1 is coming. Now here super dot area will call what? Immediate superclass method only. It cannot call what? Second superclass, third superclass method cannot call. What is the solution then? Class name approach. Where is the super is becoming free? It can call immediate superclass only. It cannot call the topmost superclass from the bottommost derived class. In multiple inheritance also, it cannot call other superclass methods. To call any of the superclass method, what is the best solution? Class name approach. Now tell me now, how do you write it now? After this, the way to write it. Come on. Square dot area of self you need to pass. Run this class name approach. Take this now. Pass this. See students. 6.py, 5 and 6, 1.6, and the side is called 7. This is an answer now. Got it up? Am I clear up? Right. This is about the logic behind this. This is related to what? The polymorphism, one function is available in multiple forms. Same mechanism, if you are interested to go for doing the same thing with a constructor, you can also do with constructor. Just I will write what here? Underscore init of. Just I will write underscore init of. Underscore init of. Here I am writing, overriding this part. Underscore init of. Original constructor. Actually, we don't do the operation, but I am doing it. I am initializing by doing the operation. And this is called what? Constructor. You don't do this. Start. And you don't write something over there. Now try to save it. 7.py. 7.py. Carefully execute. 7.py. Done. Execute students. Py. C. Length 12 and then 45. Only that I got it. From here, I want to call what? Super of this. Who is the superclass constructor? Super of. Come on. How do I write it? Underscore init. Underscore of. See that. Execute. Same. 5 and 9. Radius 1.3. Got the answer. But you cannot call this constructor by using what? Super of. I have tried compulsory what? Underscore init. Underscore of self. I need to write it. See students. Length 6 and 9. 3.4. And the side is called 8. 64. Are you getting my point? This is the way how you are understanding this discussion. Square of, super of. This is the way how we are understanding. Are you understanding this constructor now? Now, this is about constructor. Now I want to tell you some parameters I will take and I will show you. Another way of doing that. I can say this is over, but I am showing many things. Please follow me. Last but one example I will show you. Online students, once can you respond it? Is it understandable to you? Right, good. Go to the place now, others, and go to this place. Here I am writing. So here I am going to take up this entire thing. I'll paste it. See students, I am taking 8.py. I am writing init. Init. So if it is your choice, first I will go to method. Method level I will take it. Method level. This I will take method level. Parameters I'll pass. Self comma what I am passing R. I don't read the data. Directly I will do that. R star 2 I will take it. R star 2. Here also I will take it as what? Yes. I don't do this. Self formal parameter only I will take it. S star 2. Next here L comma B. L comma B. I don't do this now. I simply say what? L into B, I will write. L into B, I will write it. Done. For a few minutes, you remove that. Now pass. What are the values I need to pass? 5, 6. Following? Already you know. R is going to store it in where? 5 is stored in where? 6 is stored in where? 5 into 6, 30 is an answer is coming. Online students. Say, what is an answer now? 8.py. 8.py. Out of that, execute students, py, 6 students, 30. But I want some date. How do I get the dynamism? I will say simply go to this place. Here I am having this mechanism. If you understand me, directly I will write here. Can you understand? Similarly, we will write what? What is this? Breadth. Will you understand? Run this. Run this. Now see. Enter the length 5 and 9, 45. Well, I will go to this place. From here I want to call circle area, square area. How do you call it? Super dot area of, I need to pass what? Radius now. What I will write it? I'll write it. Enter what? Radius. I hope are you getting? No confusion, I hope so. Execute it. Execute it. So 3 and 6 so has no super area. Super of what happens? So to the point of it, 6 and 7 radius is 1.2. Got the answer. Getting? Now I want to call one more type of area. Which area? Square area I want. How do you do it? Square of area of self comma. I will write this. What is it? I say this entire, sorry. I say this entire thing of what? Side. Side. See, calling self, again values I am passing. Beautiful. Execute 6 and 9, 1.6. Square object has no capital S. Capital S you need to pass it. See students, how simple it is. 8 and 9 and 1.2 and then 6, 36 is answer. So I am passing the parameters also. Getting? Any difficulty? No. No difficulty. As far as 9 is concerned, no difficulty I am facing. Whether you face difficulty or not, I don't know. So here, about constructor I am taking 9. 9 I am taking about constructor. Underscore underscore init underscore underscore of. Constructor is also taking parameter. Original constructor. Next here also I am taking underscore underscore init underscore underscore of. Original constructor same. Here I am taking what? Underscore underscore init underscore underscore of. What is this now? Overridden constructor. Same to same. You pass this entire data. You pass this entire data into where? Constructor. We never call it. In the constructor only I am passing the values. Which constructor? Two parameterized. Executing. And from here I want to call super of. Tell me. Underscore underscore init underscore underscore of. What about this? Underscore underscore init underscore underscore of self comma side. Got it? How simple it is. Polymorphism example 9.py done. Execute. Online students, only one student is responding. Sagatika only responding. Others are responding whenever I am asking it. So 9 dot. Some 12 and 45 and 1.56 Okay, Ma, Aniket, you are also responding. Good student. Now 16. 16 is called what? 256. Are you following this? Getting? Yes. So this is called what? Through constructor with parameters. Through earlier without parameters constructor, without parameter method, method with parameters, polymorphism. Got it? So here I'm going to show you one simple concept I want to show you again. Look at how many approaches are there to call my methods, original methods? Two. One is super of, one more is what? Class name of. Look at what is the heading? Number of approaches to call original methods, original constructor from overridden methods and constructor. We have two approaches to call original method or constructors of this class from overridden method or constructors of derived class. They are by using super of, by using class name, by using super of. Super of is one of the predefined which is used for calling superclass original method or superclass constructor from overridden method or overridden constructor of derived class. Super of method name of list of values Gaussian rect of etc. Ikkada. I hope you are remembering. Constructor it is here. Area of these values. Super of area of values we are passing. Okay. Next, super of underscore init list of values if any. Init of super of init of self comma values. Super of init of values you are passing. One more syntax I shown you. One more. With the super function, we are able to call only immediate base class method or immediate base class constructor, but not able to call specified method base class. Getting? To do this, we must use what? Class name approach. What is it? Class name approach. Come on. By using class name approach, we can call any base class method or constructor name from derived class method or constructor. Class name dot method name of self comma list of values if any. Class name dot init of self of. Earlier, class name dot method name of self of values. So here class name dot init of self comma list of values. Even in present program also class name dot init of self comma values with all four syntaxes, different examples as done. Clear up? This is about what? Polymorphism concept. Right? Now, like our Java, I don't know who knows Java here. Like Java, Java contains, here I want to tell, Java contains abstract classes. It is a big story because I am a Java pure professional. Abstract classes and what you know interfaces, such a type of concept is not there in where? Python. Such a type of concept is not there in Python. No abstract classes and interfaces here. Are you following? So that is different. Again, it is very big difficult. Why? Because they are not backward compatibility. The difficulty continues like anything. But there is no backward compatibility. Such things they did not carry forwarded. I hope so. Such difficulty of oops is not there in Python. Python oops are very easy, but they are tricky to understand once you catch it, and they are very simple for you. And if I come back to my index, oops index, if I come once to my example, and in the polygon once I will bring that notes. I'll bring that notes here, students. Here I am taking. Under this oops, if I go to that, here if I paste it, if I come to my oops principles, 6 p.m. under oops, if I show you, index of oops I am showing now. See this carefully and observe it. What are the advantages of oops? List of object-oriented principles, classes, objects, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. Message passing already discussed. Positional arguments, default arguments, etc. Class concept you see, point to point, everything explained. Object also explained. Pickling, database communication, constructors in OOPS explained, and destructors in OOPS explained. Data encapsulation and abstraction explained. Inheritance explained. And next is called method overriding today and polymorphism. Importance and purpose, difference between polymorphism and inheritance. You've seen it. And method overriding with polymorphism, constructor overriding with polymorphism, super and class name approaches in polymorphism. Examples. Method overriding, importance and purpose, memory management in method overriding, programming example. Examples of method overriding is nothing but what? These are interrelated. It uses which principle? Inheritance. This comes under what? OOPS. Is the OOPS is OOPS or OOPS is OOPS your knowledge? I don't know. But I explained point to point explain. You take any internet and see that this much of discussion is not there in any of the website. You just go through it. And don't forget and practice these examples. In AI level, so Amul, okay, good. So in AI level, this OOPS is going to be very important for you. You have to follow like anything. This is about object-oriented programming completion. So tomorrow class, I am going to enter into I am going to start a new area, data science related area. That is a NumPy I am explaining. And then NumPy I will start. Later I will go forward. Pandas I will explain. This is very important in data science. In NumPy, if we go to data science, they will explain 1 hour, and NumPy they will explain half an hour. So 1 hour NumPy and half an hour Pandas, you will become Panda. And you will become something else also. That is what is going on in everywhere. If you want, you can test it. But here I am explaining NumPy, almost 8 hours I will explain. And detailed part. Pandas also I'll explain very detailed explanation I'll give you. In data science, whatever NumPy and Pandas is coming, that you will understand like anything. So at this level, what you can understand about the NumPy and Pandas, I'll explain. If you go to data science, if that person teaches well, you can understand this NumPy also. Programmatically, you will use it. If they explain programming, if they don't explain programming, we can't do anything else. It depends on the teacher how they take it. Okay, that will take once again. NumPy and Pandas is a great topic. Don't miss the tomorrow class. Tomorrow, what is the topic? NumPy. NumPy I will start. That is, it will take 4 days. Pandas again, it will take 3-4 days. That will be the another topic continuation. After NumPy Pandas, multi-threading I will go. After NumPy multi-threading, we will go for network programming. Network programming, after that, one more beautiful concept, regular expressions I'll tell you. And these things you don't know actually. We are explaining that. Because if you go and sit in other place, you cannot sit it. That's my selfishness. Because that many topics I want to tell you. Okay, na? So, tomorrow class, what is the topic name? Right. So, when the course is completing, Naveen is asking, NumPy 4 days, Pandas 3-4 days, 4 days you keep it, and multi-threading 3 days, and network programming 2 days, and next is called what you know, regular expressions 3 days. 4, 4, 8, 10, 13, 16 days it will take. Today is called what? 6 plus 16. It will come to 22. 22, date 22, 6, 2023, Janaganamana we will play. So, the same date I explained you, database starting date. Last month 22 I started database. From database to what? 1 month it will take to complete the course. Okay? Right. So, am I going fast? No. If I would have been going faster, last time, 1 month back only I would have been completing. So, going slowly and steady. Are we coming down? Coming late to the class? In demo, in nowadays, every day, we are going up or down? Up. That is what you have to maintain. That is called commitment of the faculty. If student also will do like that, you are in IBM, Infosys, Microsoft, like that. But student is going to become tired, retired also. That's a problem. That's why after getting 21 years, if you become tired, there is a meaning of tired. Because you have seen 21 years exams, paper, pen, everything. And here if you come still paper and pen, there is no meaning. So it is everything is called what? First coding I am showing, concept I am showing. This is a way to get the subject. Okay, right. So what is that? Aniket, one wondering thing is that, sir, you did not took single off also, sir. Okay. Right. Aniket, thank you. So, OOPS concept, Pooja, sir, this OOPS concept I totally understand when compared before. Thank you. Oh, ma. Good. So, you had perfection, sir. I like that commitment. Okay. So, right, ma. Very nice, slow manner, sir. Good. So, this is what I want to see. I want to see happiness in your eyes. Provided if you read also. If you don't read happiness, nothing is there. You feel by yourself. I did not read. If you don't read, how can I enter? Is my soul will enter into your brain? Never. You have to do. Okay now? So do that. Read that. Tomorrow class, I'll start what? NumPy first. I'll start. And NumPy, whatever the way I explained, more than today's concept, I'll explain. More than NumPy and Pandas, I'll explain. More than Pandas, multi-threading. More than multi-threading, network program. More than that, regular expression. And you will still wait what sir will teach next. Data science. Everything up only we have to go. We should not come down. That is your commitment. Sir, how can I explain like that? During my studies, only studies. Only studies. 200 friends, 300 friends, 1,000 contact list in my mobile. Not like that. Only 1 or 2 friends. To what friends? 10th class friends. BTech friends, very danger friends. Today speaking, tomorrow not speak. Day after tomorrow speaking, that day not speaking. Today one friend, later one friend, another friend. That is not friendship. Friend means what? Different. You don't know the meaning of friend. Okay, anyhow, students, not necessary. You read the practice that. We'll stop the class. Monday, we'll go for what? NumPy I will introduce. Right. Thank you, students. All the best. Online students, you can hold. I speak to you.